talking about, it's a normal saying, right? Commonly said that behind every successful man, there is a woman. I would want to know, behind such a firm, determined, accomplished woman, who is there?
It's my support system that I have created. If a woman wants to work, I think she should create her own support system. So be it at work or be it at home.
Okay.
So at home, it is of course my family, my father and my husband, my biggest support. My mother is also a working woman. She is helping my father in the same business. So she is also my pillar of confidence. That is my support system in when it comes to home front. And at work, I have created my own team and who believes in me and I believe in them. So a core team that is there.
Any kind of inspiration, thought that you would want to leave our audiences with? Women who are wanting to come in the forefront or who are at the helm of things but maybe a little off balance, off track, still, sort of redefining, finding themselves. Something you would want to say?
Just do it. Just start somewhere. The earlier you start, it would be better for you to get out of that comfort zone. So I think just do it.
Welcome to Unbound Specials. Here we are celebrating you, celebrating us. Women, a power to reckon with. And today, yet another unfiltered human, unfiltered voice who has agreed to own up her space and voice her thoughts. Today with us, we have a woman who has not waited for the room or a board to open for her. She's the one who has created a space in an industry, in a sector, which is not much known for women being a player there. She's not the one who has waited for any invite, and she's not the one who has waited for any validation. She has taken it head on, and let's see what she's up to. Hello, welcome to the show. Please ID yourself, Devashri.
Hi, my name is Devashri Nampurkar and I am from Shri Refrigerations Limited. I am the director of the company. In Shri Refrigerations, we manufacture air conditioning systems that are used in Indian Navy's warships and submarines.
Wow.
And we are a company located in Karad, and I am the director of that company. My father started that business and I am the second generation in this business.
Awesome.
Now.
So with that introduction, welcome to Unbound with Mamta Devashri, all the way from far beyond Pune.
Yes.
So this is our special series where we are highlighting women voices, women who have dared to do, dared to dream. And what a beautiful start. Let's start it right from the beginning. How did this whole idea, I mean, I understand that you're a second generation entrepreneur, but how did this whole idea of going in for mechanical engineering, industrial work, heavy duty, labor oriented, manufacturing, how did it even start for you? Like conceptually, how did you take it all?
Okay, so I was seeing my father create this company, my mother helping him to build this company since my childhood. So mechanical engineering was not something new to me.
Okay.
And जो mechanical engineering का एक concept है जो जिसमें सिर्फ machines और oil and shop floor is involved. That is not the case anymore. So now the norms are changing, industry is changing. So there are many more aspects to mechanical engineering. So mechanical engineering was something that I always wanted to do because I was seeing my father do it.
Okay.
So it was more of a clarity in my decision. And one more thing I would like to highlight here, that my parents never interfere in my decisions.
Wow.
So that is when I decided to go for mechanical engineering, I knew that I had their support. So it was a pretty easy decision
for you.
Yeah.
You know, in your case, of course, you had things laid out foundationally for you, but still you owned your decision. What you have to say to women who perhaps, or even entrepreneurs who do not have it all passed down, where they even have to begin by just making that right choice. So how should be the breakdown of the process be really, like according to you?
See, as I said earlier, there is one picture which is created about mechanical engineering field and overall industry. that when you work for a mechanical engineering or you opt for mechanical engineering, you have to work on the shop floor. You have to work in long shifts, or you have to do heavy lifting and everything. But that is not the case right now. That is just one part of mechanical engineering. There is so much that women can do in this industry. Like, for example, women are blessed with the competency called bargaining. So they are very good at, they can be very good purchase heads for mechanical engineering. Or maybe women are very good at training people or managing people, and we are proving that women are very good HRs. So in mechanical engineering, along with the shop floor experience, you also need to have these aspects. So if you have that interest in mechanical engineering, I think you should go for it, because there are very less number of women already in the industry. So we can make this industry a better place.
Absolutely. We can totally see your passion and championing that cause ki more mechanical engineers should be women. Interesting thing is that you did go internationally in pursuit of your global studies, right?
Yes.
Did that not fascinate you enough? And then you made a comeback back home, and back to the work, which required more grit and rigor. So how did that decision come about?
So first thing I would like to clarify is abroad does not always mean all things good. So and two main reasons that I came back. I come from a joint family. So my family is everything to me, and I want my family to be around me, to support me, and to give me that confidence that I can work. So that was not the case if I stayed in US. So that was one main reason that I want to be around my family, and I wanted to contribute in the business that we already have. And we moved back in 2015, and after 2014, there was a big shift in government decisions related to defense. It was a sunrise sector, and there were many schemes available for MSMEs. Many initiatives like Atmanirbhar Bharat were shaping up. So I thought maybe this is the right time to join the family business, क्योंकि अभी जो scale हो रहा है, there I can contribute.
Right.
So I thought probably that was the right time, and that made my decision easy.
No, definitely, and visibly so. You are at helm of things and calling the shots. Talking about women in defense, and especially the work line that you guys are into, you see yourself someone who's carving your own niche, or do you see yourself following somebody?
Okay, so to answer this question, I'll give you an example. When I just joined Shree, so when I just joined Shree in 2017, I decided to do something that is different than everybody is doing already in Shree. So I decided to create a new business vertical, a new application related product, which was in chemical and pharmaceutical sector.
Okay.
So when I used to meet customers, I used to do cold calling. I used to meet them and tell them I'm here to give you refrigeration solutions for your chemical applications. They used to say कि technical person कौन है? So I used to say I can give you that solution. So it was very hard for them to believe that a woman is giving and talking technical things. So eventually, after a couple of meetings, they used to understand that yes, we can talk technical terms with her. She has a mechanical engineering background, and then it changed everything. So that is always the case, and that is when I decided that I am not here to just participate in the industry. I would like to shape the industry, and I would like more and more women to be the part of this industry, to change this perception.
So as in your current role, being the head of your work, are you making changes at the policy level to create that inclusion for women? Are you creating such processes?
Yes, we are actively working on it.
Okay.
Our company is slightly placed at a remote location, like compared to cities. So there are comparatively less number of women working in town parts of the country, but we are trying our best, and we are building a team of women. Yeah.
Okay. Talking about, it's a normal saying, right? Commonly said that behind every successful man, there is a woman.
Mhm.
I would want to know, behind such a firm, determined, accomplished woman,
Mhm.
who is there?
It's my support system that I have created.
Mm.
So if a woman wants to work, I think she should create her own support system.
Mm.
So be it at work or be it at home.
Okay.
So at home, it is of course my family, my father and my husband, my biggest support. My mother is also a working woman. She is helping my father in the same business. So she is also my what you can say pillar of
Yeah.
confidence. So that is my support system in when it comes to home front.
Yeah.
And at work, I have created my own team and who believes in me and I believe in them. So a core team that is there. So that
Very interesting. I
Yes.
think what you've very well pointed out is that you have to have support system on both the places.
Yes.
Mostly what we do is that we kind of burn it all at one place and we just expect too much from the other, but it's got to be a
Yes,
fair
there has to be
balance
balance.
between the two.
Yes.
You're blessed with 2 children, right?
Yes.
And your husband. How does it really shape, as a day-to-day narrative, कि मम्मा को travel करना है तो हम ये नहीं कर सकते, या हम cities इसलिए change नहीं कर सकते because mama has a workplace here. Are these common dining table conversations that happen at home? Because typically we see it the other way around, right? I mean, typically it's always about the man of the family or the husband, moving, switching jobs, and everybody else moving things around that. So how is it in your case, really?
Yes, so I keep traveling a lot from Karad, Pune, Mumbai, between Karad, Pune, Mumbai. So at times it's a bit challenging at home front, but my husband takes care of everything at home. And as I mentioned, I have created my own support system. So my in-laws also staying with me and they take care of kids. So, and now kids also understand if mom has to do certain work, they are not, I won't be available for them for certain time. But when I am available, I make sure that I'm 100% available for them.
Right.
So, मतलब जिस दिन आप टिफिन में फूल के शेप के पराठे बेचते हो, तब मुझे पता है कि ऑफिस में 2 मीटिंग के लिए डिले हो जाएगा. But when the tiffin has just a cheese and cheese sauce sandwich, they know that mom has some important meeting.
Oh, how beautiful. So your environment learns and it grows along, right? And what about the judgment? What about things outside your comfort zone, where there are people, there's hearsay, there's society? How do you typically deal with that? Is there a filter that you have created, or
my husband is that filter probably?
How beautiful. So tell us something that must have come your way, some negation, some criticism, and how have you dealt with it, or you both have dealt with it?
Actually, see, nowadays there are a lot of things that needs to be completed at बच्चों के स्कूल में. तो कभी ब्लू पहन के आओ, कभी रेड स्नैक्स भेजो, ऐसे बहुत सारे मैसेजेस आते हैं एंड आई टेंड टू फॉरगेट थिंग्स. सो ऐसे ही एक बार हुआ, ब्लू शर्ट पहन के भेजना था बेटे को, मैं भूल गई. तो व्हेन आई सॉ द मैसेज, आई वाज विद माय हस्बैंड एंड आई स्टार्टेड क्राइंग दैट हाउ डिड आई फॉरगेट. I now he will only be a guy in red. So he's like, it's okay. He वो मुझे बहुत अच्छे से समझाता है कि you don't need to be perfect at both the worlds. So it's really okay. It's okay if he's in red. Nobody cares.
And what about the child? The child understood. He took glory in that I was the only one in red. Mom, well done.
He's too small,
Small
for
to
that.
process it. Very well said. Very well said.
Yes.
How about, I mean, obviously, because you are in your parent side of business, right?
Mhm.
So, how about family on the other side? Like,
Okay.
have they always been understanding, or was this something that you had to develop with them?
No, always supportive.
Okay.
Always from T1. And he also has his own family business.
Mhm.
So I also help him in his
Oh,
business
wow.
as well.
Okay.
And vice versa. He also helps me and Shri at
Okay.
times when it is required.
Okay.
So we, since we both come from the same business family,
Mhm.
I think that basic understanding is there. So
Yeah.
that
Then
wasn't
this
a
is going to
challenge.
be demanding, and this is
Yes.
going to take all of it.
Yes.
Coming to the part on success,
Hmm.
what does it really mean to you, and how do you really define it?
I think success is not a destination. I think it is a journey. So we believe, we as an organization also believe in sustained growth. It should not be like one time wonder.
Hmm.
So we consistently work towards it, and we make sure that we reach to that sustainable growth level every day.
So, has this triggered any story, idea, or thought in you? Or do you have a story to tell yourself? Then reach out to me at Unbound with Mamta. Write to me at unboundwithamtaa@gmail.com या फिर किसी भी हमारे एपिसोड, स्टोरी, रील या शॉर्ट्स को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करें. Keep watching Unbound with Mamta. So, since Shri has been an intrinsic part of your growing up.
Yes.
So, and like the way that you said that you very well define success also with respect to your company.
Yes.
So is this common that what you have become today is also sum total of all that you've been seeing and imbibing at what's happening there?
Absolutely.
In the company, and then that has kind of created your own personal culture, your own personal
Absolutely.
what should I say, like benchmarks and milestones?
Yes, definitely.
Mm.
And as I'm a second generation entrepreneur, my comparison always happens with my father. So he is a very sharp, very highly intelligent person. And I was kind of prepared for it when I joined, the day I joined Shri, that I need to work hard, I need to be able to match the expectations of people. And that is what has been the core of my upbringing also.
Yeah.
So I think that has definitely helped me become who I am.
Yeah, because
today.
probably the 1 year or 5 years of experience is now competing with 40 years of experience. So there is a constant rigor. Again, I mean, drawing boundaries, if I were to ask there, that how do you not bring your personal conversations to work and your work conversations to your personal life? Does that happen? Is there a separation, or is it kind of there's merging of lines there?
It's kind of merging. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we talk about both the businesses from both the sides. So business is always even in our family talks. So.
In your family talks. And likewise, any discussions that get carried to work from home? No, rarely. So there is that division and
yes.
professionalism maintained. Being a second generation entrepreneur, and that too woman, and that too in a heavy industrial sector, mustn't have been easy, I'm sure. But what have been challenges that have been very, very individual to you? One, as a second generation entrepreneur, of course, that constant comparison. Do people feel that you're silver spoon baby and things have come easy to you?
I don't think so, because I joined Shri as a marketing trainee.
Okay.
When I worked my levels up in hierarchy, and now I am the director of the Shri. But I have worked with people for quite some time. And there are few people that I have been working with them since I was a child. Like I used to be on shop floor, so they have seen me grow up, and
like literally grow.
yeah, like literally grow up, and I used to be very connected to them. So I don't think they will ever feel that I was offered this position. Instead, I worked for it.
You earned it.
Yes, and my work speaks for my designation that I have.
Yeah. And what about being a woman at that? You know, how do you see? Has there been some biases? Some, you know, already always listening, like people have, environment has, business culture has, market has that come in your way?
Well, not exactly in Sri, but I have had few bad experiences in my past where your work is dismissed for no reason, when the credit of your work is taken by somebody else. But that taught me to, keep everything documented.
Okay.
So you learn from every difficult situations that arise. So that is what I learned. And in Shri, as I told you, my comparison is usually done with the first generation entrepreneur. So it is hard, but I have accepted it as a part of my journey. And I'm working towards it.
Definitely coming to leadership under pressure. How do you perform under pressure, and where do you give in or give up and say that now this is not in my hand at all? Or does it ever even happen that way or not?
Pressure in such organizations is inevitable.
Yeah.
So I try my best to stay calm, because if people see stability at the top, the whole organization kind of aligns to it, settles down. And then people, instead of panicking at such situations, they try to, think more about solutions of the problem.
Right.
And that definitely helps. So I I have seen my father, he's most calm and composed at most difficult situations.
Right.
So I'm learning from him. Right. And it is important for a leader to have that quality.
Correct.
To settle the organization right.
Just stay calm. Okay. Definition of success. And how do you then redefine it? Like, is it about really meeting targets? It's about precision, perfection, doing things timely. How do you really take success? Is it inclusive, or is it only about that मैंने ये कर लिया तो ये success हो गया? How do you really define that?
As I said earlier, success is not one point, like one destination.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. So you keep learning, you keep doing new things, and you set new targets every day for yourself, and you achieve that. So I think success is longevity rather than
more sustainable that way. Okay. So really local in that way, but going all global with your presence and with your attitude, and even the kind of employment and things that you're doing back home. How is it really panning out for you? I mean, like you said, that a company that is based in Karad is equally competitive to a global MNC.
Yes.
How are you matching up, and how are you catching up?
Yes, so my company is based in Karad, and as I said, my mother is always involved in the business, and because she is a woman entrepreneur, she got an opportunity to interact with our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji during Udyami Conclave. So he asked the same question: how are you managing at Karad? So, but I'm very happy to say that whatever products that we are designing, we are building, we are manufacturing, everything is done with the local talent available.
Oh, wow.
So we provide them training, we give them exposure, we train them, and everything happens from Karad. So our motto of the company is local to global. So we design and manufacture products locally, with the local talent and the local infrastructure we have. And we are building a company that has a global reach.
Standard.
And I can definitely see Shri on the global maps in next 5 to 10 years.
Wow. to more such accomplishment, unbounded success and accomplishments to you. And I think you're really stretched it so well and you're pushing it so hard. And we truly, truly wish you well in your journey onward and
you.
upward from here. So, just as we head to the last leg of the show, my favorite one that I call it a rapid reflex round, I'm going to quickly throw on you some volley of questions,
Sure.
totally unguarded.
Absolutely.
And unprepared.
I'm ready
And
for it.
you got to just give us wacky responses as far as possible, or at least one word answers. Complete this sentence. Never have I ever, if I were to give you this sentence.
Never have I ever done skydiving. I want to do it one day.
You want to do it one day. Okay. A day in your life, typically, how does it look like? Is it a clockwork day?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So tell us how does it look like?
My day starts at 5:30. I prepare food for the kids and I send them to school at 8. Then after that, I do some exercise and everything. I reach office at 9. I come back at 4. Then my kids come. Then I have to take them to classes. I go to badminton class.
Okay.
And after that, I prepare for dinner. And I try my best to put them to sleep by 9. So I started at 9.
Yeah.
And I probably get success around 11:30.
Oh, that's an exhausting task. First thing in the morning, what is your routine like? Of course, you said that you prepare food, but
Yes.
any other ritual there is a must do that you do, like the minute you wake up from the bed?
I pray.
You pray, okay. And last thing in the day, like which is your bedtime ritual or routine?
Bedtime is talking to kids.
Okay, okay. Your favorite music or your favorite watch? Anything recent?
I love music, like all sorts of music. So
Any favorite?
favorite is Arijit.
Oh, Arijit Singh on the top charts. Okay, and then what do you read? Are you a voracious reader or you're more like a audiovisual person?
I read because my father reads a lot and
Mm.
he keeps sending me recommendations. So I
That's
do
a
read.
tough boss to have, yeah.
So I
Okay,
do
but it's all
read.
business read, or do you read for
Mm,
interest and hobby?
Mostly business reads, but I
Mm.
have read some of the very famous books like Mrityunjay, or I read a lot in Marathi also.
Okay,
So,
okay,
yes.
okay. Being a Marathi yourself, and I'm sure you have this keen interest in theater. Do you? Do you watch
Yes.
theater? Do you go to theater?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Who are some
absolutely.
of your favorite actors or
Uh,
performers?
actors तो बहुत सारे हैं,
Mhm.
but there is one Marathi play right now
Mhm.
which is called Amne Samne. It is a very good play. I think everybody should watch it.
Yeah.
So,
What's your unbound to life? Something where you walk in and you walk out as a totally different person. Maybe it could be points of stress, or it could be points of internal transformation. ऐसे कुछ moments होते हैं आपके साथ, या आपने कुछ ऐसा create किया अपना process कि जब too much stress and I need to just let loose. How do you unbound?
I travel.
You travel. Okay. Travel like how?
Yes.
Like you're traveling every day for work, but what kind of travel is this? Like letting loose kind of travel?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do that quite a lot.
Okay.
My family also enjoys travel, so we plan a lot of trips,
Okay.
and that helps me unwind and relax for a bit.
All right. You breaking boundaries, or are you creating your own boundaries? What are you doing in life?
I am
Mostly
mostly breaking
breaking boundaries.
boundaries.
Food to you is, what does the definition of food in your life stands like?
Maharashtrian food, comfort food.
Give me one.
Ghar ka khana.
Ghar ka khana. Okay.
Bas.
Food is ghar ka khana.
That's
Okay.
it.
What is typically your me time like? How do you like to spend it?
It's mostly music.
Mostly music.
Yeah.
Okay. And when was the last time you said I love you to your husband?
Today morning.
Today morning? All right.
Yes.
That's a sign of a healthy marriage for sure. And any kind of, inspiration, thought that you would want to leave our audiences with? Women who are wanting to come in the forefront, or who are at the helm of things, but maybe a little off balance, off track, still, sort of redefining, finding themselves. Something you would want to say?
Just do it.
Mm.
Just start somewhere.
Mm.
The earlier you start, it would be better for you
Mm.
to get out of that comfort zone. So I think just do it.
Yeah. And standing for themselves, a lot of times women shy away, right?
Mhm.
They don't either take the credit, or they
Yes.
don't want to voice it, or they don't want to create noise. Sometimes going deep could be about also creating drama. What do you want to say? Should they or should they not?
Of course, they should fight for what is reasonable and what is theirs. So they should not be shying away from, thinking that maybe it is not the right time to talk, maybe it is not right situation to talk about. So if they feel that they are doing right and they are right on their part, they're right on their principles and core values, I think they should just speak it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any one thing that you would want to specifically say to break this bias that women have towards themselves? So a lot of times it's not so much about what the society is saying or what the other is wanting or expecting. A lot of times they are holding back because they are judging themselves too much.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about that? Like, how can one really overcome that? Could there be a way? Have you defined something for yourself? Can you share something? So how should they be breaking the bias that they have put on themselves, like a judgment?
It is difficult. It is difficult to get out of that barrier that mostly it is created by ourselves.
Right.
So start small.
Okay.
Associate what the change with something that you're already doing. So that helps a lot. For example, if you want to start doing exercise, combine it with your everyday work or habit that you do every day.
Okay.
So that helps a lot. For me, it was like I was very being lazy to go out and do some exercise, but I wanted to start somewhere. So I aligned that with my kids' van going out.
Okay.
So once they go out, I make sure that I don't go back home.
Okay.
And I walk for 6 kilometers.
Okay.
So that is how I started.
That's a great hack.
So I'll associate that, what you want to do, associate that with something that you're already doing. So that helps a lot.
So there you are, women. You heard it right. Mark yourself up, push yourself a little more, take a chance on yourself. Do not lie down there. Just get up and do it. I think that's where we end today's episode. Thank you so much, Devashri, for being on this show, totally unbounded, unfiltered, and helping us reimagine how a woman leader can be, and what all can we do to just make a better version of ourselves. Thanks a lot.
Thank
and
you.
Wishing you great and unbounded success ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Mamta.
you. Let's keep unbounding together.